thank you for joining me to see how I made the cute little Easter treat basket, which originally is made by Crafting Claire. She made it back in 2013, so I've came across it and I thought I'd recreate it using current products. The basket weave embossing folder, and then I've used the little stitched label framelets to create the tag. So yeah, I'm going to show you how easy and quick they are to make, and they do need to be quick and easy because I've got lots to make for my nan who wants them for favours for her friendship group ladies. Right, I haven't done a video in ages, so I'm hoping you can see everything. I've pre-cut because I've got quite a few pre-cut ready to go. The cardstock I've used is Crumb Cake and it measures 5 inches by 4 inches. That's the measurements Crafting Claire used, but I have converted it on my blog, which is www.lauramackie.co.uk, where I converted it into centimetres as well. So you're going to score score landscape at 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches and 4 inches, and then we're going to turn and score again at 1.5 and 2.5. I hope you can see that clearly. Once you've scored, I'm going to put my scoreboard to one side. Then I did just fold on all the score lines. I'm not worried about bone folding it because I am now going to cut it. So I cut from the outer line to that first score line, and then I'm going to repeat that to do on the other side. Then I just found it easier to do this and then run it through the bone folder, just because the bone folder I don't mean bone folder, I mean the Big Shot, just because sometimes when you emboss it and then do the score lines are really hard to see. So if you've done all this, then you're going to run it through, place it inside, it just fits nicely in there, then you can run it through the Big Shot. And then I've got a bit of Blue Peter styling, what I've made earlier. So I've already run that through the Big Shot, and you can see that even though my score lines have gone, I can actually still see where they are because I've got all my cut lines and everything. And it was just, I just found it so much easier. I tried it, the first one, the other way around, and I think this is because this one is one of the thicker embossing folders. It does make it quite hard to see. So yeah, so now once you've got to this point, I'm going to use good old Tombow glue. I'm just going to check you can still see what I'm doing. Yeah. So I applied a little bit of adhesive on the outer edge, and you just want to just literally just lap them over by about, I don't know, about 1/4 inch. You see that okay? So you just literally just lap it over, only a tiny bit. You do that on both sides. So applying a bit of Tombow. You can use snail if you prefer. I just prefer Tombow glue really. It gives me, if I don't glue it exactly where I want it, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So then is what you're going to do once you've got this piece, these pieces, you almost just want to have a little practice run. They come up and they get stuck down like that. So I applied quite a good bit of adhesive really, and I did the two outer ones first. Just going to pull him out of the way. So 1, 2, just give that a good pinch. And then the third one, 1, 2, 3. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to trim those little extra pieces off. And I found the easiest way to do it is turn it over and do it from the reverse, so you can see what you're trimming off. And again, do the same to the other side. And just hold them for a couple of seconds. And then the last one up to the middle. Now you can probably see that they don't meet quite to the top. You see that they don't meet quite to the top there, but that's fine, because this is what we're going to do. Pinch that quite enough there. Now I've got a piece of scrap cardstock, and what this measures is 4.5 centimeters, and is what I'm going to do. 4.5 centimeters, or in inches, it is 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to just score that through the middle, and is what it is. It's just the offcut from when I've cut 4 from a sheet, because they're a lovely size that you can get 4 baskets with this little piece left over from 1 sheet of cardstock. So they're quite nice. If you wanted to create lots, they're quite good. Now, using my 1.5 inch punch, I've scored through the middle, and I'm just going to bring my punch in and punch 2 circles. Just fold them over. Just give them a nice bone folder over. And is where they sit, they're going to sit over the top, so they cover all the little, where the basket all comes up and meets. So I applied adhesive, and then I popped it on the inside first. And just give it a good pinch. And then add some more Tombow to the other side, and then over. And it really does finish it off nicely, because it then covers all them where that doesn't quite meet. And again, adhesive. Lay it on the inside first, so then you can see that you are going to cover up all them pieces. And then over. So that is your basket body bit finished. The handle, now I did have a piece cut here, but I don't know what I've done with it. I've kind of got a bit of a bomb gone off on my work table. So the handle measures 4 inches by 1 inch. I hope you can see this. I think you can. And then I scored it in half at, well, not with that bit, at 1/2 inch. Then using my bone folder, fold it over. And I just did it in double thickness, just so it was, not that you're going to overly rely on the handle, but it just made it a little bit sturdier. So, give it a good burnish down, and then using the bone folder just to break the fibres up a little bit, just so it curves round nicely. You could add, if you wanted, some little hand stitching down the handle with a marker, which would be quite nice. And then I applied a little bit of adhesive on either end of the handle, and then just pop that inside. 1, 2, and just held that just for a couple of seconds while that goes off. And voila. They're so quick and easy, and like I say, they need to be, because I've got to make 30 of the things. The tag, I've used the sentiment from Fable Friends, which I've stamped in crumb cake ink, and then I've die cut it with the Stitch Label framelets dies, like that. I've used my handheld punch just to punch a little hole, which then I've also added a little flower, which the flower is from the Bitty Blooms pack, which they are here. And then I've added that on, which I will say one thing, because these are quite dinky, I actually use my Take Your Pick tool. If you have a look, once I've added them onto here, just pick them up and then place them on, and it was so much easier than trying to fiddle and pick them up, because they are very dinky, especially the little dinky leaf. So yeah, I've added that, and then when I've added it to the basket, I'll add it now. So I added a piece of little dimensional, placed it like so. Now I can't see my baker's twine. Here it is. Then I threaded my baker's twine through that hole. I wanted the tag to look like it was just hanging, but I wanted it just to be a little bit more secure, hence why I've added the little glue dot, really. And tie a little bow. I'm all fingers and thumbs trying to do it when I know there's a video above my head. Way. I'm losing me bow. Losing me bow. No. There we go. I'm going to be crazy, I think. I'm going to make 30 of these for my nan. And then I think, because I'm mid new kitchen, hence why I'm hiding here out of the way where my other half is emulsioning. I think I'm going to have everyone here for Easter and have a meal here. And I think I'm going to make these for little place settings. So then I stuffed a little bit of white shredded tissue paper inside. And then my little Easter little Lindt chocolate bunny. These are the mini ones, which you get five in a pack. And they just sit in there perfectly. You've even got room really to add some more little Easter eggs if you wanted. Everything I've used today, if you would like to be able to, or if you haven't got anything that I've used, everything is available to order via my online shop, which is www.lauramackie.co.uk, where there's also measurements, and if you missed me saying about the score lines and stuff, everything is listed on my blog. Also, if you do place an order via my online shop, I do have a monthly hostess code, and if you do use that on orders over £35, I'll send you a little handmade card and a little free gift from me, just to say thank you for supporting me. I hope you've enjoyed my video. I don't do a lot on YouTube, so if you do give me a little thumbs up and a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.